Hey, Thrive Tribe. Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this month's theme of thriving. Now, you know that I harp on this word called thriving because I truly believe that we all should thrive and not just survive. Nobody wants to just survive, right? We all want to thrive. And so I'm super excited about being able to dig into this topic this month for us because it is something that I think we all should strive for. You see what I did there? Thrive, survive, strive. Y'all know I crack myself up. But for real, I just love the topic of thriving because I know that there's been times in my life where I have just been surviving, like just trying to make it from day to day. And, to be honest with you, I'm no different than you are. So I just want to make sure everything's okay over here. So we are going to dig in today. And we talking all about just really what it takes and means to thrive. And so I'm happy for y'all. I'm happy for me. And we're gonna get into it. So here's the thing. Today we're specifically diving into, you know, the art of thriving. And I'm going to talk about 5 steps to balancing ambition and well being. So here's why I decided to do that, right? Because we are ambitious and there is nothing wrong with having ambition in your life. If you're anything like me, and I know that you already are because you're in the Thrive Tribe, you want it all. We want to do all the things and become all the things, right? And I get it because that's just how life be being, right? But at the end of the day, there comes a cost with us trying to do it all the time. And so I wanted to make sure that as we're striving for more, because like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I have big goals in life and I want to do amazing, continue to do amazing things in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, I have to learn how to balance what that then looks like in my life. And I know that this is a topic that we've all discussed before, and that you have to balance it just as much as I do, right? So I wanted to talk about ambition and well-being and how do they go together and how do we really come together and balance those two. So what is ambition? I mean, really ambition is this feeling, right? I love the definition of ambition. It says a strong desire to do or to achieve something, typically requiring determination and hard work. Mm. Her ambition was to become a pilot. You go, girl. Right? At the end of the day, I think that we all have these beautiful ambitions. Y'all know one of my big ambitions is to become a nationally syndicated talk show host of the Dr. Kiki Ramsey Show. Okay, somebody, come on, right? So I have these ambitions that I want to make it to, but we don't make it anywhere from an empty cup. But here's the reality. So many of us are dealing and are pouring into other people from an empty cup. We have to learn how to truly recharge ourselves. And I know I talk to a lot of women, I coach a lot of women who are so super ambitious, who have these goals, these dreams. They work hard, right? But they work hard, but they don't necessarily play hard. Where we do that at? Nowhere. Right? We have to not only work hard, but I truly, truly believe in playing hard as well. I want to give you an example. I was in Niagara, New York, so at Niagara Falls doing a speaking engagement earlier on, later in the summer this year. And I was so excited to go to Niagara Falls. I had never been to the falls before and experienced that. And so there's no way I could go to speak at this wonderful conference and not visit the falls. That don't make sense, right? No, it doesn't. So what I did was I planned my trip and I planned on the back end of my trip to have some time to go visit the falls before I was able to come home. And let me tell you, it was worth every bit of it. Oh my goodness, they were so beautiful. And, I think that that is my definition of playing hard, really finding ways and opportunities to let your hair down, to be able to just relax. If that's what you want to do, you have to find those opportunities to do that. And so I like to do that on the back end of my work, right? Work hard, play hard, right? So I go, I'll speak, and then I'm going to do something fun for myself. It doesn't always happen, but I try to make it happen. And I want you to be able to do the same. So that's what I mean, because we can have ambitions. We can go for our dreams. As a matter of fact, you should go for your dreams. Nobody ever told you to not go for your dreams, not go for your goal, not to ask for that promotion, not to try to get that talk show, not to try to get the man of your dreams. Like nobody ever said don't do that. What we said is we have to balance that with well-being, your overall self and well-being. And so I wanted to kind of break that down for you because I think a lot of times we step back from what it is we want to do because it may be hard, it may be difficult. I've never known anything that's easy to accomplish, especially something that I really, really want. Most of the time, they've always taken me some time, some energy, some effort, all of those things to actually accomplish. So that's where you're at. So when I was thinking about this subject, I put together around 5 steps that I think that will help us in balancing ambition and well-being. Now, I know I use the word balancing in this, in the title of this, and I think it's always funny because, of course, y'all know how I feel about the word balancing because balance doesn't exist. You can't really balance everything equal in your life, but it worked here, meaning how do you manage being ambitious and taking care of yourself? That's really what I mean by it, right? And so I wanted to explain the word because I know y'all gonna come for me because I'm always saying there is no balance because it doesn't exist. Harmony exists when you're able to give the things, the important things in your life, the time and attention that it needs during the time that it needs it. That's what I call harmony, right? So something may get 50, something may get 40, and another thing may get 10. But at the end of the day, you can only do what you do best, which is harmonize those things that work in your life, right? So I put together 5 steps, and I want to talk about these 5 steps because I really believe that they have helped me learn how to balance my big ambitions and also stay well. So the first one is define your ambition and make sure it is aligned with your purpose. I'm gonna say it again. Define your ambition and make sure it's aligned with your purpose. So here's the thing. Purpose trumps all these things, right? Like we can be doing all these things in our life because we do every single day. Somebody is trying to give us something, somebody is trying to put something on our plate. We can do all those things every single day, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't align with what your overall purpose is, why are you doing it? What are you doing it for? Right? I know so many of us women who go to work every single day and the work doesn't align with our bigger purpose that we're placed on earth. Now, here's the thing. I do understand as a coach that not all of us can work in our day-to-day jobs as a you know, something that is aligned with our purpose, right? Like every single day, you might not be able to go to a job and it's completely aligned with your purpose, but you have to find something that is aligned with your purpose. Like you have to. Like you do not have a choice, whether it's volunteer work, a side hustle, or something like that. But you have to find something that aligns with your purpose on a day-to-day basis, or you are going to die a slow death. I know I might sound dramatic, but it is absolutely the truth. Like you have to find something that aligns every single day. Right. So I think that That is so important. So the first step is to really think about what you are called to do on this earth. Well, first of all, we know that you were called to help somebody, period. Right? Your job is to figure out how. So for me, my purpose is to help women across the world learn to create their own happiness so that they can thrive. I mean, it's simple. It's real simple, right? And how I do that is through Thrive Society, of course, books, Get Courageous Now, speaking engagements, coaching. I mean, it's just, it's all in there. So that's how I do it. So does my purpose align with my ambition? My ambition is to continue to grow this community of like-minded women so that I can coach and pour into you on a regular basis so that you can go out there and coach and pour into other women as well, and do what God has called you to do. Right. So that aligns perfectly. If God were to ever give me a platform of having a nationally syndicated show, that would be so in line with my purpose of motivating and empowering women to create their own happiness so they thrive. Yep, it align perfectly, right? And so I think that it's important that we really make sure that the things that we're doing and that are taking up so much of our time every single day is pointing us in the direction of our goals. All right. Number two, define your no, excuse me. Number two, embrace work-life harmony. Just talked about it. Yeah. So what is work-life harmony, right? Work-life harmony is your ability to give the time and attention to the things that need it the most in the moment. So at the moment or the season in your life, you may be super focused on a major work project. It may be all consuming, right? We've had projects like that before in our life. And if that's you, then welcome to the club because we've all had it, right? And so at that moment in your life, that is most important. So other things that are important to you, like, I don't know, maybe working out, maybe eating healthy, spending time with your kids, um, getting other work done, all these things may fall second to you getting this one thing done. Now, let me stop, right? Because I know y'all gonna try to come for me. But here's why I say that, because you're like, how do you choose between work and family and kids and, eating healthy and working out? You do it every day. Don't act like I ain't telling the truth on here. You do it every day. I just said it out loud, but you do it every day. I do it every day. We do it every day. This is not me pointing fingers at you. We are a support to each other. We got to hold each other accountable for when it comes to us really, truly making sure that we can stay well. But here's the thing about harmony: we can't give equal time to everything in our life. It just doesn't exist, right? In terms of balance. And so that's why harmony is the key, because you can't give that equal time, but you can give the time a thing needs. I've said it before. When I was completing my PhD, I'm telling you, that took up the majority of my time. And my babies were young, and I did not get to spend as much time with them as I wanted to. And I had to be okay with that, because for a season, my season was 4 years. Now that was long. Your season might not be 4 years, but for a season, I needed to focus on that so that I could graduate and begin living my life again. Because when you're working on a PhD, it is hard to live a life. So you have to really embrace work-life harmony. It's the only way that you make it through. You may have something going on in your relationship, and baby, it needs your full-blown attention. You need to stop the presses and tend to your relationship. I've had times in my life like that. I've even had times in my life where I've had to just really make a concerted effort to stop everything else and just be present with my babies. That's just how it be sometimes. So you have to embrace work-life harmony, and you have to be okay with giving the things that you need to give that time to during that time and letting everything else go. Now, you can give it some attention, but you probably won't be able to give it full attention. All right. Number 3, you got to prioritize self-care. I'm going to say it again. You must prioritize self-care. I know I sound like a broken record, right? I sound like a broken record. I know it. I get it. We need to be okay in order for other things to be okay. You cannot be ambitious and do all the things if you're not okay. So self-care is just this, it's it's a necessity. There we go. It's a necessity. It is. I, you know, I practice self-care in a lot of different ways. One part of self-care is I get up and I'm a part of the 5 a.m. club. I know, I know, it ain't for everybody. But let me just tell you this, if you tried it, it'll change your life. I'm just saying, I just had to say it. If you try it, it'll change your life. The 5 a.m. club. But here's the reason why I do it. Because getting up that early sets me up for success. And I understand that, it may be hard. You're talking to a professed night owl. I used to only be able to stay up at night, but not get up in the morning. But getting up in the morning for me has changed the game because I am truly able to get stuff done, to center myself, to read my Bible, to journal, to read any kind of self-help books, to do all those things. And it makes a difference for me. It really makes a difference for me. I can see the difference whether I get up at 5 a.m. or I get up at 6, because 6 is the time my kids get up to go to school. And when they get up for school, let me tell you, baby, it's hell's on wheels to get them ready. So I don't have that quality time for myself if I don't get up early. So that's one way I practice and prioritize self-care. Another way is I try to take at least one day off every month to do something for myself. And I mean a weekday, to do something, because the kids are at school, and it allows me to just veg out, right? Doing whatever it is I want to do. I've gotten into going to a spa with one of my friends. And as a matter of fact, this Friday is my day off, and we're headed to the spa. And I can't wait because I need it, right? I need to just relax. And so that's another way I practice self-care. There are tons of ways to do this. And I think that you are the expert on you, and you know what refuels and recharges you to be the best that you should be. So I'm going to leave it up to you in terms of what you do, but you just know that you got to prioritize that, especially when you're ambitious, because pretty much you're probably doing all the things like me, doing all the things. But at the end of the day, if you have that time to recharge and practice that self-care, you're going to be able to reach those goals. All right. Number 4, cultivate resilience and manage your stress. One way to manage stress is to practice self-care. We already talked about that. But resilience is your ability to jump back and to bounce back after a setback, right? That's your ability. Hopefully you can bounce back better than you were before, but that is what resilience means. And in all of my career, my life, I've had to be resilient. So I know a thing or two when it comes to resilience. And I think that we as women have that ability to bounce back. But when we're bouncing back, we need to know that especially from a challenge, we need to know that we can take that time and really dedicate it to ourselves. we need to know that we are resilient. We can do this. And then we can manage our own stress. Because the truth is, we are very resilient people. We're very resilient. And at the end of the day, there's no challenge too small or too big that we can't face. We just have to know that we are deeply resilient and can overcome these challenges. It's a matter of believing in yourself. And then it's a matter of doing. You got this. You absolutely got this. And then lastly, you got to set boundaries. You have to set boundaries, sometimes boundaries with yourself, right? Because we do the most. I was at church last night. I volunteer at my church college ministry. And I was talking to my co-leader. I lead a small group of young women who are in college around the Atlanta area. And I was talking to my co-leader, and we were talking about how busy we are and how many minutes there are, not, how many minutes they're not in a day, right? How few hours, let me get it right, Key. Words, baby, words. How there are not enough hours, there we go, in a day to get all the work done. And I said, you know what? The Lord be laughing at us. He said, no, there's enough hours in a day. You just be putting too much on your plate. Hello, somebody. I know you can understand me. We just be putting too much on our plate. There's enough hours. He only gave us a certain amount because he know us very, very well. He know us. And so I just thought that was such an interesting topic that we were talking about, because I believe that we do, too much, and we need to set boundaries for ourselves and protect ourselves. And so I am consistently working on this one, and you should too, right? Maybe you can have a set time that you just get off. You get off. Maybe on the weekends, you don't answer emails, texts from work. I mean, we have to set those boundaries, and it's okay for us to do so. All right. Well, there you have it. Those 5 steps. I really, truly hope they helped you. This was the Art of Thriving, 5 steps to balancing ambition and well-being. And so I'll go down them one more time just so that you can have them. Define your ambition and make sure it aligns with your purpose. Embrace work-life harmony is number 2. Number 3, prioritize self-care. Number 4, cultivate resilience and manage your stress. And number 5, set boundaries. We got to do it. It's no getting around it. All right, y'all. It's so good to see y'all. I cannot wait to see you in next month's coaching session. Remember to go and download the journal for this lesson. I have some really powerful questions in the journal that I want to ask you around thriving that will help you go from A to where you truly want to be in your life when it pertains to thriving. And so go ahead, download that. I'm super excited for you, and I can't wait to see you next month. All right, take care. Bye.